Welcome back to It's Storytelling Time with Grumple Billy and friends. Today, I have a friend joining me all the way from Thaba Nchu, right here in the Free State. So gather around and let's enjoy the story together. But don't forget, social distance yourselves and wear your masks when you are around people, right? Let's do that and enjoy the story.
Thank you so much, Grandpa Grumple Billy. My name is Charmaine Kolwane Mrwebi. The story that I'm going to do for you is called Mosidi and Masilo. There was once a very poor woman. Her name was Mosidi. Mosidi stayed in a small house with her only son. His name was Masilo. This mother and son did not have a lot, but they did not have to worry because their neighbors, fellow villagers, brought them food and any necessities that they needed. Masilo, as young as he worked as a head boy and a hunter. And to pass time during the day whilst he was taking care of sheep and cows, Masilo will spend time daydreaming, fantasizing about a day his life and the life of his mother would have changed for the better, and they will have everything that they needed. One day in their village, while Masilo was taking care of the sheep and the cows, he saw Bomotalepule, rainbirds filling up the sky. Masilo knew that rain was coming in their village. He quickly took the cows and the sheep to find them a safe place for them, because rain in the village, whenever it rained, it destroyed a lot of things. Once the cows and sheep were safe, Masilo quickly ran to his mother's place to make sure that he must be safe as well. Dark clouds gathered, and soon it started to rain. Thunder showers all over. Lightning was heard. Balakatakatla, balakatatla, balakatatla. It continued to rain. It rained and rained like that until it stopped. Masilo and his mother quickly went outside to check their small garden to make sure that the rain did not destroy it. And upon observation, Masilo and his mother found that their garden of pumpkin was still standing. Then went to their neighbors. Mikey, neighbor, they inquired, how is your garden? And their neighbors told, everything is sharp. Our garden is also standing. And from afar, Masilo and his mother could see men standing in groups discussing, and small children, girls wearing the titana, and the boys wearing the tsecha were playing in the mud. It was a beautiful atmosphere here, everybody enjoying the fresh air that comes after a rain. Masilo then looked up to the sky and saw a beautiful rainbow. Smiling, Masilo said to his mother, Mama, please tell me, where does this rainbow start and where does it end? Masilo's mother said, hey, you and your question, let's quickly go back to our house and prepare our evening meal. But because Masilo was persistent, he continued, Mama, I asked you a question. Please tell me. Masilo's mother said, your late father once told me, where does the rainbow start and where does it end? But you, my child, you asked a lot of questions. Masilo responded, yes, Mama, you said that a man must ask questions. Masilo, are you a man? You are not a man. But let me tell you, your late father told me that a rainbow starts in a pot of gold and it ends in a pot of gold. Is it, mother? Masilo said, Mama, can I ask permission? Next time when there's a rainbow, I want to take a journey and to find out Where does the rainbow start and where does it end? Masilo's mother responded, that's not a problem, my child. I promise you, I give you permission. Masilo then made a vow and said, next time there's a rainbow, I will take this journey. And in that village, it did not take long before it started to rain again. There was already signs that the rain was coming. Masilo quickly went home and started packing his small clothes. He also took his stick, the one that he knew it would protect him against all attacks. And then Masilo's mother also gave Masilo smaller nyana foods and say, Masilo, this food you must eat along the way when you start with your journey. Masilo said goodbye to her mama. Bye-bye, mama. I will see you soon with an amazing story when I come back. Masilo started his first journey. It was day one of his journey was quiet, with no problem at all. And then on his first night, he slept on top of a tree, eating the delicious food that his mother prepared for him. Masilo then on day two started walking and came across a huge river. As a head boy, he knew that he couldn't just cross the river. He had to find a safe spot to make sure that he crossed. He kept circling the river over and over until he found a safe spot to cross. As he was about to cross the river, he had a very weak voice saying, Masilo, Masilo, help me. Masilo got scared, took his stick, looking to where the voice was coming. The voice, this time very weak, said, Masilo, child of my child, please help me to cross the river. Masilo went down, looking, and came across a very weak, wrinkled, and old woman. And Masilo said, greetings, Grandma, but how do you know my name? The grandmother said, stop asking me questions. Please take me across the river. Masilo took the old woman, put him in his bag, and went inside the river, paddling with one hand. He went until he reached the other side of the river. Masilo then took the old lady and put him down. And she said, the grandmother said, my child, may gods of my gods be with you. And then Masilo continued with his journey until now he didn't have any food. He also slept on a tree again. And now he suddenly had two hearts. He asked himself, must I continue with this journey of looking and searching for the rainbow, or should I go back home? But then he remembered that he made a vow. He continued with his journey, and from afar, he could see a dim light. Masilo now was refueled and excited. He continued to walk and walk, chasing the rainbow. And as he walked closer and closer, the light came bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Masilo finally saw a cave, and he saw a door at the cave. Masilo entered the door of the cave and shouted, greetings! My name is Masilo. I come from a small village. But there was no response, just the echo of his voice. Masilo said again, louder this time, my name is Masilo. I am a traveler. I come from afar. No response came. And whilst Masilo was standing like that, he had huge footsteps coming. And then Masilo could not believe himself when he saw a very huge woman giant coming. The giant came closer to Masilo and he said, you were not supposed to come here. Why did you come? You are going to die. My husband, the man giant, is going to kill you. You need to go back to where you came from. Quickly, quickly run. And as Masilo was getting ready to run, the man giant came and closed the exit for Masilo. Now the prey brought itself to my house. Small human. You know, I've been outside all day putting traps for humans, and I did not eat. I did not find any. And now you bring yourself to your house. Let me tell you, human, tomorrow I'm going to cook you. My wife, make sure that you tie him tightly and put him inside. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to eat delicious human meat. And then the man giant went to sleep and he was snoring. And while he was snoring, the giant wife was very worried for the small human because, you know, she did not like how his husband treated humans, and his behavior of eating small humans used to disgust her so much. And then when he saw that his husband was sleeping, he quickly went to Masilo and he woke. I said, wake up, wake up. And then he said, you must make sure that you run. And then the wife took lots of gold. He put it inside Masilo's pockets and everywhere. And he said, please, you must run and not turn back. Run at night until the morning. Make sure that you go back to your village. And please, you saw my husband's feet is very big. So if he catches you, he'll just run quickly and catch you. Please make sure that you run. Masilo started running with the gold everywhere in the hands, the pocket. Masilo was running. Masilo was running all night long. Masilo was running. Masilo was running and running until it was the morning. And then when it was the morning, Masilo arrived at the river again. And then Masilo, with the gold in his pockets and his hands, was getting ready to jump. And he heard the voice again of the old lady. And this time, Masilo was not scared. The old lady said, Masilo, my child, please carry me across the river. And then Masilo quickly, with the gold in the pocket, carried the old lady across the river. And then when they reached the other side of the river, the lady said, Masilo, my child, take these 3 pebbles. Take them with you. Whenever you meet a problem, just take 1 pebble, hit it in the ground, and whatever you want to wish for, it will happen. Masilo was running. Once Masilo was running, the giant woke up very excited. He called upon his wife, wife of mine, please light that fire. Please put that big pot and boil the water for me. I'm going to cook that small human. Today is my day. The wife started preparing fire, even though she knew that she let Masilo go. And then when the water was boiling, the man giant went. He went to that room. And then when he opened, Masilo was not there. The giant was now angry. And then he went outside. And from afar, you could see Masilo. He said, I'm going to get you, human. And then the giant, because his feet was this tall, you could just run 1, 2, and 3 steps, and you could catch Masilo. So he ran 1, 2, 3, and when he was close to Masilo, Masilo looked and he was scared. Then he remembered that the old lady gave him pebbles. He took the first one and he wished that there was a tall tree between him and the giant. Put it on the ground, and suddenly the tree came. And then Masilo continued running. When the giant saw the big tree, he quickly went back to his cave, came out with an axe and started pulling the axe down. And then the axe fell down. Masilo continued running. And now Masilo could see his village from afar. And he could see his mother and the villagers. They were just small like insects. He continued. Now the giant was catching up with Masilo. Masilo took out the second pebble, hit it on the ground, and wished there was a huge mountain that was separating him and the giant. The giant, now getting angry, went back, came with another axe and walked on the mountain until there was a road for him to walk. He walked. Now Masilo could hear the voices of his villagers. You could see her mother now shouting his name. Now the giant was here. Masilo took the last pebble, hit it in the ground and said, I wish there was a huge river. The giant, now angry, went back to his home, came out with buckets, putting water outside so that there's a way. He kept on walking like this and like that, but the water wouldn't go away. No, the giant was very angry. He put the bucket aside and said, I'm going to walk through this river until I catch that woman. And then the giant was walking and walking and walking until he drowned in the water and the giant died. Masilo finally reached his destination and saw his mother, and his mother welcomed with warm hands and said, "My child, you came back." And then Masilo gave his mother lots and lots of gold. And then from that time, Masilo built a beautiful house for him and his mother, and he bought cows, sheep, and expensive horses. And then Masilo lived happily with his mother. Then one day, Masilo remembered the great woman giant. He took men of the villages and they went back to the cave, and they came back with the wife of the giant, and she came and stayed with them in the village. And the woman giant came with all the gold, and she built houses for everyone in the village. And then they all live happily with the giant. The end.
Thank you, Charmaine, for that wonderful story. That's Charmaine all the way from Thaba Nchu. So that's it for today, Munchkins. Join us next time for another wonderful story right here on It's Storytelling Time with Grumple Billy and friends. Don't forget to social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize, and be safe. Until next time.